What's going on, everybody? We have a Thursday night football game tonight that I'm so excited about. We are still in the honeymoon phase of the NFL season. It's only week 2, so any football is good football. And especially tonight, we got a pretty good game coming up with the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's in Lambeau Field, and the Packers are coming off a very impressive win against the Lions. Again, there's a reason they were number 2 in my top 5 rankings, and I think they look the part. They look like Super Bowl contenders, and they're playing a Washington Commanders team that got the job done last week. Not taking anything away from them. They took care of the Giants at home, 21-6. The Giants offense did not look good, and really Russell Wilson didn't look good. And that's kind of where I'm not sure if it says more about Russell Wilson or the Washington defense, but there were some throws that were missed, which puts it on Wilson. So I don't know that the Washington defense is that good, but definitely not that great, I think, where they're going to be only giving up 6 points or 10 points to the Green Bay offense. I think, they'll score more than 6 for sure. So ultimately, Green Bay will look to get the job done and kind of establish itself as a contender. If they take care convincingly of this Washington team, I mean, people, if they're not already, are going to start looking at this team like Super Bowl contenders for real. Again, I think it's their defense that's really good. I don't expect this to be a super high scoring game. The over-under, I think, is at 49. I almost want to pick the under because I do think that the Green Bay defense is good. And I think that if Washington wants to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to hold Green Bay and their offense from going off so that the Washington offense could, try to muster some points against a tough Green Bay defense. And I mean, they only gave up 13 points to the Lions last week, which again, we've known as a potent offense. Yes, Ben Johnson is not there, but the players are still there. I mean, and again, they were led by Edgerrin Cooper. I said this in my season preview. I think that guy is a stud linebacker for them. He had 8 solo tackles, credited for 12 total. Obviously, Micah Parsons had a sack and a tackle for a loss. He played pretty well in his limited snaps, so I expect that to be ramped up. I think I saw he only played 29 snaps last week, so I expect them to be closer to the high 30s tonight in snaps. And as far as Washington goes, Jaden Daniels was solid, 19 for 30 and a touchdown pass. Deebo Samuel played more of a role than I thought he would play. A lot of people thought he was washed up. I didn't think he was washed up, but I didn't think he would play a pivotal role for Washington, but he really did. I mean, he was a pretty important part of that game. And I do think that he might have a bigger role than we expect. So let's see his stats. He had, where did it go? Oh, he had 1 carry for 19 yards and a touchdown. And then he had 7 catches for 77 yards. So he led Washington in receptions. And he really did play good. Terry McLaurin did not. He had 2 catches for 27 yards. That's awfully quiet from the guy who was just holding out, wanting a contract extension and got it. So again, kind of an ugly game last week for Washington, even though they won 21-6. I also want to say that I do think the Giants have a pretty good defense. They definitely have a good defensive front. So that probably played a role in that. Exciting game tonight. I think the Packers are going to get it done. I hope they don't, because obviously as a Viking fan, I hope the Packers get smacked. But I think they're going to get it done. I mean, they're favored in this game. And like I said, to me, they are Super Bowl contenders, especially if the defense can play how they played week 1. So tonight will be telling. Obviously, I think if they hold this Washington offense similarly to what they held that Detroit offense to last week, I mean, you got to start talking about this team like they're for real, for real. So we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, we're going to start looking ahead to next week's matchups. This is just going to be this one's a quick video pod, just previewing tonight. Again, I don't expect it to be crazy high scoring because I think the Green Bay defense is really good. And I think the Washington defense needs to show up to give Washington a chance at winning this game and kind of keep it close. So I definitely think it'll be something like, I don't know, like a 24-20 type of game, or maybe even 24-17 Green Bay, where at the end they're just running the ball and trying to milk some clock. So hopefully I'm wrong. Go Commanders. I hope that they beat Green Bay. But, I think the Packers are the better team tonight. And I think that crowd is still going to be energized coming off of week 1, looking how they did. Jordan Love only had 188 yards passing, but he made the throws he had to make. And again, just like with these other teams that have great defenses, I think the offenses just need to be solid. And Jordan Love, I think, can be solid for them. Now, can he be great? Who knows? And then if he's called upon needing to be great, will he come through? Who knows? But ultimately, that's what it comes down to for Washington. Good win week 1. This is a tough, tough matchup here. And if they do end up pulling this out, then suddenly the respect level for Washington skyrockets. And suddenly Philly might not be as favored to win that division because really Washington is the only threat, in my opinion, to Philadelphia. And that's because Philadelphia's defense isn't as good as it used to be. So we'll see. If Washington somehow manages to hold this Green Bay offense to a low-scoring output, maybe there's something there with the Washington defense. But we'll see how it goes. Excited for some football. Hope you guys enjoy the game. We will recap it tomorrow and then start previewing all the other matchups for week 2 of the NFL season. Let the football games keep on coming, baby. This will be great. Week 2, here we go.